Hi everyone, welcome to this week's bump date. I'm gonna just keep it casual this week. I'm really not in the mood to answer all the questions or do kind of the regular thing I've been doing. Don't know why. It's very cozy, like we're very cozy up in here, and I think I'm just like sleepy in a sleepy little bubble. I didn't get the best sleep last night, and it's been snowing nonstop for the whole weekend. We have gotten feet of snow, like so much snow, and it's making me feel so cozy and happy. I'm just grateful these snowstorms are happening now and not when I'm 40 weeks pregnant. So this week I am 34 weeks pregnant, which is just blowing my mind. I cannot get over how fast this pregnancy has gone and is going. Even now that we've started slowing down a little bit in our schedule, it's still busy. There's still a lot to be done. There's still a lot I want to check off my list before baby comes. Not necessarily baby bits, but like getting the family ready, getting ready for Christmas, things like that. And it's just happening so quickly. Like, I'm home birth safe in less than 3 weeks now, which is just insane to me. Like, he will probably be here within 3 to 6 weeks, which is crazy. I don't think he'll be here in November. Like, I don't think I'm gonna have him like 37 weeks early. I feel like maybe he could be here before my guest date. So I guess we'll see. I tend to cook my babies for a long time. And although I would really love to have him here before Christmas, we don't have any plans to like evict him sooner if he chooses. Like, he's gonna choose his own birth date, and we're just gonna go with whatever day that is. So I'm really curious to see what happens. Though I feel like just a little inkling in me that feels like I could go sooner than my guest date this time. So I guess we will see. I'm sleepy today. I didn't get the best sleep last night. I've been having little bouts of kind of insomnia. I think this was more the time change though. Time change is rough. I love it. I function so much better on this time. I don't like the spring forward thing. The fall back, I feel like, is where I want to live and keep my days because I don't know, I just function, it feels normal to me. I feel like I'm always on the go and can't catch up with the day in the spring when we go forward. So I'm really happy with this time change. But I definitely had like a bout of insomnia last night where I just woke up and just wasn't very tired at like 2 a.m. So I stayed up for like an hour trying to get myself sleepy again and then went back to sleep. But again, it doesn't bother me. Things like that are pretty normal. And it's all just getting me ready to have a newborn again. Since I last spoke to you, I did have a visit with my midwife. That went really well. I've never not had a awesome midwife visit, so yeah, it went really great. My blood pressure is still doing great. Baby is measuring right on track, so I was really ahead by 3 weeks the last midwife appointment. And now I'm right on track, which is about the time that my body will kind of do this, depending on when he's dropped. I feel like maybe he kind of dropped a little bit. My midwife said he could drop and then come back up and drop and come back up a few times. But I have been feeling a lot more droppy sensations, more space on the top, more pressure on the bottom, which really just makes me wonder when he'll come, like if I'll make it to that guest day. I'm not sure. But yeah, the midwife appointment went really well. Everything is measuring well. Yeah, I was measuring right on track for exactly the amount of weeks I was when I last saw her. I was measuring 33 weeks at 33 weeks. It's funny how it does that, but that's pretty normal for my body. Like I said, when I drop and my babies drop into my pelvis, I always start measuring behind all of a sudden. My first pregnancy, I was sent for a growth scan because of this to see, and they were like, oh, she might be 6 pounds, she's gonna be really tiny. I had an 8.6 pound baby. Like, there was no issues with that. But then it happened again with my son, my first son, and so now I know that's normal for my body. So when I know that when I start to measure behind, my baby will have dropped and just created more space, and that's just a normal thing for my body. I've been feeling really peaceful lately, but I'm also feeling incredibly protective of my bubble. I'm now entering that stage of the 3rd trimester where we are really going into the baby bubble. We're so close. Again, my whole mantra is patient but prepared for this pregnancy and this baby. So I'm prepared for him to come in 3 weeks. but I'm patient if he chooses to come in 7. So it's making me like incredibly introspective though. I start to get into my birth bubble. I need to get into that headspace. I really get cranky. I get crankier with some things when I go into this phase of the last trimester. And it's funny because it kind of makes me laugh now because this is not my first pregnancy. So now I can recognize what's happening. And I'm like, oh, we've hit this point where like my temper is short. I just don't have as much patience as normal. So I found myself apologizing to my kids a lot, being like, hey, I'm so sorry that like my temper is just shorter. Like I just don't have the patience to last me the amount it usually does and the amount you're used to. And so my fuse is a little shorter and I might get a little more irritated sooner or something like that. So I've just been in really open conversations with my kids being like, it's not personal, it's me, it's not you. I'm sorry, I really can't help it. I'm gonna try my best to like not be cranky, but if it happens, I apologize. Please understand that it's just because I'm very pregnant, and it will go away when I have the baby. They're so good about it, and they like, my family is so understanding. I just think it's a little bit funny, but I'm also just kind of not really wanting to do anything with anybody else anymore. I really isolate myself, not in a bad way though. Like I just make my circle so small and I live there in a bubble for a few months. So we finished everything up. We're not going to any more events, any more big homeschool groups, any more field trips. Like we're just bubbling down because one, there's no way I am letting anybody, get sick and bring that into the house this close to baby. And two, I'm just like, my brain goes so baby mode focused that I just can't care about the things I would normally be more caring about. So it's just best that I kind of go into bubble mode and don't hang out with people. I'm just being super honest. I hope it just doesn't come off the wrong way. It might, I don't know. But I just don't tolerate annoyances from other people very well in this stage of pregnancy. I just don't want to be asked questions. I don't want to be asked how I'm feeling because I'm feeling fine. Great, pregnant. I don't know how to answer that question. I'm just super focused on so many other things that I just don't want to be around people. And yeah, it's just super, super normal for me. And I call it my bear mode because it's time for me to go into my bear cave and hibernate for the winter. And I'll see y'all in the spring. It's kind of how it works. I am so grateful for YouTube and Instagram in this time though, because this feels so comfortable sharing with you guys. It doesn't feel invasive to my privacy and my bubble. And so I'm able to still share and able to still keep everybody in touch. I've been I love you all so much, but you're not gonna see me for a little while now. I'm just done. It's not you, it's me. I'm just not going anywhere. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to make plans. Everybody, just leave me alone. I love you, but leave me alone. And that's just kind of how I'm living right now. I've been getting a lot of Braxton Hicks, but it's weird. Okay, we've hit that time where the Braxton Hicks are Braxton Hicksy, but his movement, he is such a big baby now that sometimes he'll move his butt and push really hard and it'll be oh, that's really tight. Is that a Braxton Hicks? And I have to squish my belly around. Nope, that's just baby pushing into me. Again, because my placenta's in the front, it just makes everything really hard. So I just have to really listen to my body. That's my dog coughing. You sound like you're having a hairball. So yeah, there's just, sorry, I had a kid interruption. But there's just a lot of tightness. I can just feel big baby movements. But at the same time, I will say that I've been feeling so much lighter, and I don't remember this ever happening in my other pregnancies. So that's been very interesting. I'm quite big for some people, it's weird. Some people are oh, you're not very big at all. but I'm so much bigger than I have ever been this pregnant. Like, despite my uterus always measuring the right amount of weeks, I am so much bigger, like around, and the belly is so much bigger than I have ever been in my pregnancies before. So part of me, again, this is just like this thing where I'm like, I'm done with people and seeing people in person, because some people be like, oh, you're so tiny, and I'm like, that's not why, shh. Or some people be like, wow, any day now, and it's like, also, shh, no. But I feel so good in my body. Like, there are so many moments lately that I have been like forgetting that I'm pregnant. Yes, it is like sometimes I'm a little bit out of breath. Getting up is more difficult. Like, there's obviously like a lot of weight and I've had to adjust and adapt, but I feel like myself. The other day we were doing the recycling, taking bottles to the bottle depot at the recycling center, and you know, I had on my big winter, my husband's big winter furry Chewbacca sweater, because that's the only thing that fits me. And I was just like all bundled up, and I was just reaching for bottles and carrying stuff, and I just had a moment where I was like, I feel so like myself. I don't feel like I'm almost 9 months pregnant. I just feel very normal, which was a very odd sensation, a very odd feeling. So I'm hoping that keeps up. My pelvic pain and stuff has been non-existent, which has been wonderful. Yeah, overall I'm just feeling really, really good. But it's like this peace in this feeling really good, that like I don't feel like he's about to come and he's gonna come too early. Because I feel like we're just like, he's growing, I'm growing, we're both happy, we're both content, we're just like grooving, feels good. For now, until he's like ready. I feel like my body and him will kind of tell me when he's starting to get ready. But I've just felt just very peaceful in myself. I feel like I've got time to get everything done. I feel like I have time to just to rest and like enjoy being pregnant for the last little bit that I'm pregnant for. It's been really lovely. And okay, do you know what? I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna say this because I know not as many people as watch my normal vlogs watch these pregnancy updates. So this is just for you guys who actually watch every single one of my videos and you watch all the way through these. We've actually been considering changing up his name a little bit. Not changing his name. His name is still his name, but there's a part of his name that we're playing with. Maybe that's not quite right. Maybe we're gonna change it. So I'm just gonna say that here because I'm not gonna say it anywhere else ever again. But it's feeling good, and like we're peaceful about that decision. We've talked about it a lot, and now I think we're just gonna wait until we see him, and then we're just gonna make our final decision then in that moment. But that feels really good too, because it was like eating away at me. I was like, something is off about his name and I can't put my finger on it. And then I just like let my brain dump and talk to Cody about it, and we were both like, there is something right here that we need to adjust, and we just have to figure out the adjustment, which is so funny because it's so unlike me to like change something once I've decided it. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave that little tidbit there. Otherwise, I've been feeling really good. Yeah, I'm up to 2 weeks seeing my midwife every 2 weeks. Oh, I got my birth pool. I've got most of my birth supplies in. This snow has been, I was supposed to go finish the rest of my shopping for Christmas, birth supplies, everything this weekend, but it has been too dangerous to travel. So we've been kind of homebound until the snow lets up and the highways are safe and less terrible to drive on again. Once that's all done, I'm gonna share with you my birth supplies and what I've gathered for home birth and everything, because I keep things pretty minimal. Again, prepared without being excessive is my kind of whole vibe. I have my in case of emergency hospital bag ready-ish, like as ready as it's gonna get at this point. I have like a list in the bag of things that would pull out last minute, because like some of the things I would put in there if I were going to a hospital are already arranged for like their places of where they'll be at home. So I don't want to take those out. I've got a list in my diaper bag so that if somebody needs to pack that bag for me and finish putting all the things in it, it's just like bam, 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 bam. This is what you put in it. Give me the bag, and there you go. So yeah, I'm feeling just like super, super ready. I finished making his blanket. I've got everything I need now. Like everything is sanitized. We're ready, but not quite yet. Not quite yet, little man. Okay, you guys, let me show you the bump, and then that's all I have for you today. Okay, here we are, 34 weeks. Getting big now. This shirt used to fit so much baggier, now it definitely doesn't. Here's the bump. All right, you guys, that's all from me this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed watching. Just a casual one today. Hopefully that's all right and still interesting. Yeah, I hope you're all doing really, really well. If you're pregnant, I hope you're all really, really, really good and getting excited for your babies too. We'll see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.
Let's go out.